Hello everyone, welcome to today's lesson on the Imperial System. So last time we talked about a metric. This time we're going to convert between the Imperial Systems, or we're going to convert within the Imperial Systems, and between the Imperial and metric. Again, very useful for Canadians because we kind of use both. Unfortunately, we do have to convert between the two pretty regularly. Okay, but fortunately, it doesn't come up too often. But anyways, we first got the inch, foot, yard, mile. Alright, so those are the four distance measurements that you'll commonly see. Alright, so inches are usually used for sandwiches. For example, like in Subway. Alright, we got the 6-inch Subway or the footlong. Well, we got wood, very common in Home Depot. Right, a 2x4. Right, means a 2 inches by 4 inches piece of wood. Right, next is foot. Commonly see this for height. Right, I'm 5'8", so height, foot in inches. Next is pool length and depth. Right, if you remember, we did this in the metric system. Right, we use meters for pool's length and depth. Right, so you commonly see in swimming pools, it's written in both meters and feet. At least only in Canada. Probably, I'm not sure about the rest of the world. Okay, yard is a little bit bigger. Useful in sports like golf and football. Right, next is a mile. Useful in running like marathons. And speed in the US. In Canada, we use kilometers per hour, but in the US, it's miles per hour. Okay, next is gallons. So those are volume, how much stuff there is. Right, commonly used for gas. When you get gas in the US, it's in gallons, not liters. And using water as well. Right, those big water jugs are usually in gallons. Lastly is pound, right? Which is mass. Again, those are the most common ones that we see every day. And those are weights you see at the gym are usually in pounds. And a lot of grocery stores use as pounds. Right, bananas are sold in pounds, like dollars per pound. So now here comes the fun stuff. What other conversion factors? There's a bunch here, right? 1 mile is 1,760 yards, or 5,280 feet. Alright, 1 yard is 3 feet. This is, I think, one of the only two nice conversions here, right? 1 yard is 3 feet. Oh, inches actually also pretty nice, or 36 inches. And the reason for that is 1 feet is 12 inches. Right, so 12 inches make a feet, and 3 feet makes a yard. So that's why 1 yard is 3 feet, so 3 times 16. Sorry, what is that? 1 yard is 3 feet, which is 3 times 12. Okay, here comes the fun fact. How about metric and imperial? 1 mile is around 1.6 kilometers. Again, this is rough, right? It's gonna be a decimal. 1 yard is around 0.9 meters, so almost 1 meter. 1 feet is around 0.3 meters, which means that 1 feet is around 30 centimeters. 1 inch is around 2.54 centimeters. 1 pound, this is the most annoying one for me, is 0.454 kilograms. And 1 gallon is 3.8 liters. Okay, so that's how the conversion works, right? With between metric and imperial. Alright, but luckily we can use the same conversion factor technique we talked about last time. So let's do the imperial stuff first. You're into inches. Alright, so here's the thing we have. We want to convert it into inches. So that goes on top. The thing we want to cancel out is on the bottom. We know there's 36 inches in 1 yard. So the yards cancel out, and we are left with 7 times 36, which is 252 inches. Okay, feet to yards. We want to cancel out the feet and convert it into yards. We know there's 1 yard in 3 feet. So we cancel out the feet, divide that by 3 to get around 12.67 yards. You can leave that as a fraction too if you like. Alright, how about inches into miles? Alright, so from last time, we did a double conversion. We know that we have the conversion factor of feet. So we're going to convert that into feet first. We know it's 12 inches in 1 feet, and then convert feet into miles. That's 1 mile and 5,280 feet. Right? Because again, everything cancels out, and we are left with miles as the final conversion or final unit. So this divided by 12 and then divided by 5280, which is around 0.27 miles. Just like last time, hopefully you don't have to convert inches into miles, because that's a lot of work for no reason. But it's good to know. Okay, here's the fun part. Pounds into kilos. Okay, so pound is what we want to cancel out. I guess I don't really need S here. And I want to convert to kilos. Alright, we know 1 pound is 0.454 kilos. Pounds cancel out. So it's 40 times 0.454. Which is 18.16. Okay, liters into gallons. Come from liters into gallons. 1 gallon is 3.8 liters. Let's cancel out. So 20 gallons divided by 3.8, which is around 5.26 gallons. Meters into feet. 25 meters divided by, coming from meters to feet, got 0.3 meters for 1 feet. The meters cancel out. 2.5 divided by 0.3. Oh, feet. Which is 83.33. Meters into miles. Oh, here's a fun one, isn't it? So, we want to first convert meters into kilometers first. So we can use the conversion factors. And then convert kilometers into miles. Alright, so I got 25 miles divided by 1,000 divided by 1.6, 0.02. Okay, this one's really mean, but it's really good practice. Millimeters into miles. Okay, so let's convert that into meters first. Then convert meters into kilometers. And finally, kilometers into miles. Fun, isn't it? Okay, so let's cancel the millimeters, cancel the meters, cancel the kilometers. So it's 25 divided by 1,000, divided by 1,000, divided by 1.6, which is 0.00002 miles. Rounded, of course. Okay, there we go. And lastly, same question as last time, what's the area in centimeters? Of course, we gotta convert. Okay. Feet into centimeters is just 0.4 times 30, which is 12. Inches into centimeters. We got 54 centimeters in 1 inch. Multiply the numerators. We got that. Again, length times width is the area. So 12 times 2k gives us 25,450.8 centimeters squared. Ta-da! There we go. Boom. Alright, so this is converting between imperial and metric. Right, so we will use those conversion factors. So same idea as metric, right? Just remember, units you want to cancel to the bottom, unit you want to convert to the top. And then that's pretty much it for the whole lesson. That's like the main idea I want you all to learn. So with that being said, good luck practicing.